Welcome back, Mr. Goodberry. The First Star Logistics studio is fully equipped and ready to record.
Welcome back to Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics. I'm your host, Joe Goodberry. We've done film review episodes leading into training camp. We're going to continue that, but I've done 2 of the 3 of the slot corner battle. And I started with Jasir Taylor when he was signed in the offseason and, what he could potentially be. He split reps with Jalen Davis in OTAs. I did a Braylon Lux film review. So if you're looking for either one of those, you could type those in the search bar on YouTube. It should come up. And I really like Braylon Lux more than I like Jasir Taylor. I think Taylor's been a fine complementary piece, depth player, special teams player in the league. Do I see him as a potential starter or good starter? I don't. Well, I see Lux potentially could be that. But the leader in the clubhouse for that position is Jalen Davis, who's been on the team for forever, it feels like, but really never got that chance to be a contributing player on defense or a starter on defense until last year. He was an understudy for Mike Hilton for a long time. Really looks like Mike Hilton in a lot of ways. He's not the fastest guy. I think he, at times, is a little bit faster than Mike Hilton. Is a solid run defender. Let's see what Jalen Davis looked like last year, because if you look at PFF grades, he was really good in what the Bengals asked him to do. And this was the second half of the year last year when they put him into the slot, because it was Dax Hill to start the season. And Davis only targeted 19 times last year. We're going to start with those targets. And then we're going to go to his 13 defensive stops as well. So we've got 2 different sections of the film review here. So we got about 32 plays. Some of them may overlap if he was targeted and then made a defensive stop. So we'll try and edit that out and keep it streamlined. But this film review will focus on Jalen Davis. How good is he? PFF said he was really good last year. I think some of it was the Bengals didn't ask him to do a whole lot of crazy stuff, but that's okay. We want those targets going towards Dax Hill and DJ Turner, not so much Jalen Davis. So can this be a championship level defense if Jalen Davis wins that slot job for 2026? Let's look at the 2025 film and find out. Number 35, Jalen Davis right here. He was coming in motion. I believe he's coming to settle into the slot to take what looks like Stephon Diggs. I actually can't see the number there, but Davis is in the slot here. Yeah, that's Stephon Diggs. And he comes down to press him right at about the 4-yard mark, ride him a little bit across the field as Stephon Diggs wants to really lean into Davis and then break it off. But Davis really isn't giving him much room there, right? And that play gets checked down to the running back underneath Trevion Henderson, where Jalen Davis helps make the stop with Barrett Carter. Definitely want to do Barrett Carter next for the film review. Next play versus the Patriots here. Davis again in the slot. He's got the white sleeves following with number 3. Is that Douglas? Pop Douglas? You see Davis real fast reaction. You can see his processing here as he looks. Okay, let me get an idea of what the quarterback is looking at here. Is this a slant, right? Because we've got a slant flat combo. We're doing it with the running back this time. You want to stay within the window of the slant for a second. If the window is more like right there, if we want to hit this between the linebacker and the slot guy, this would be 2 linebackers, and if it was a more of a base defense. So Davis has to pause for a second just to make sure and look at, I think that's DJ Turner, undercutting that slant. Really good position. Now, what that does, though, is leaves Jalen a little bit inside, and the swing pass right here is, you've got the angle. If you can hit him, this could be a touchdown, right? So you need Davis to be able to run pretty quickly, get to the outside of the running back, and maybe Barrett Carter can come in from the backside and make this tackle. So Jalen, let's see him get to the outside. Like, that is a tough ask, right? But he does it really good. Getting out there, forcing this back inside. Yeah, he did not make the tackle one-on-one, but Barrett Carter doing his job, getting back in to help. Sure, it's a gain of 4, gets it to the 1-yard line. But I think the Bengals defense does stand on that, if you remember that, against the Patriots. Okay, we had a quick snap here. I just want to make sure we know what we're looking at. Just to be Jalen right here. Probably Zay Flowers in the slot, I would assume. There's Flowers just hooking up real quick, and that the ball's coming out. Jalen had to run a little bit with this. You know, we're trying to draw this guy here as we're cutting or sitting underneath it. So Jalen has to take that one step with Mark Andrews and now come up and make the tackle. And he does. He and Barrett Carter, ball gets ripped out. If you remember that play, that was a fun. Oh, I think, or was that Demetrius Knight? I think it was Barrett Carter. I can't remember now. We'll have to, maybe we get it. No, it was, it says that at the bottom. It was Barrett Carter. You get that play review at the bottom. So, good job. 2 plays in a row of Carter and Jalen Davis, which is very important for the slot guy. That can't be overlooked. You have to understand where your help is and your angles. Run defense is a lot of playing your leverage, playing your gap, and tackling is a big part of that. Jalen Davis at the top in the slot here, closest to the line of scrimmage. We've got Khalil Shakir in the slot and potential screen pass. The Bills like to do this a lot to really show their motion. Man zone tells is bring the running back out here. Does the linebacker go with him? Yes, he does. Now we're going to bring another motion just to see. No one goes with him that time, just a little shift. Either way, they're going to run this screen pass. And they've got 2 blockers out here on Jalen Davis. Jalen's got to take on 2 guys, and the ball comes off the hands of their running back, Ty Johnson. So just a quick play there. Nothing for Davis to really do. Nothing really crazy or fun for him there. Okay, slot to the top of the screen again. I can't tell who the slot. Okay, he's moving out. That's Tyrell Shavers. Now you've got Khalil Shakir in the slot, as it should be. And again, run a little screen pass. Jalen Davis steps up again, takes on Dalton Kincaid, takes that inside shoulder because that's the way Shakir is going to go. Do we have enough people tracking from the backside now that Shakir is forced inside? And there's Barrett Carter for the tackle. Gain of 5 yards. Jalen Davis doing his job. That was 3rd down, right? So we've got to not be the hero there. Force him to where your help is again. And that's what he does really well, is he really understands the entirety of the defense. All right, in the slot here against Shakir, he's off a little bit as we're pressing, it looks like on the boundary corners. Potentially blitzing everyone here, 1 safety deep. So let's just, I want to say, whenever you see that stutter step like that and you see this guy break inside, I would assume he's going outside or running a slot fade, whatever it is. My arrow missed the first time. Davis has to be ready for it. But no, it's a fake. This is really good because setting that up is ideal. Like, that's what it looks like whenever you see that guy break inside. Davis is right. I got to get over the top. I got to scream over here and get over and get in position to defend from whatever they want to do on the outside here, whether it be an outbreaking route or a slot fade. And the Bills' plan the whole time is to get you over there, make it so obvious that we can cut against it and have a wide open play. Let's watch Davis break, almost slingshot himself around Dax Hill's hip. Did you see him put his hand on him? And then break into this ball here, and it gets batted. But Davis had great coverage on this. I think BJ Hill batted that ball, if I remember correctly, but Davis was on that thing. He's in the slide. He's got a running back here. Ty Johnson was going back in motion to the backfield. That's going to bring him on Shakir. No, it's not. It's Keon Coleman. All right, Davis is still right here now. We're dropping out into zone coverages. We got this wall built over the middle of the field here. Davis is looking, eyeing, sees 13 underneath. I would assume we're getting to the check down here to James Cook. So watch Davis's eyes. It's hard to see. It's a little blurry with the snow that was falling. He's checking to the inside here. Is anyone coming in my direction? Like, Keon Coleman left my zone, but are you bringing Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, whoever that is, tight end around me? Are you bringing this guy, Gabe Davis, into my area? So his head is staying on a swivel. He's looking at everything, and he's seeing the progression for Allen go bang, bang. Okay, check down. And when he does that, Davis does a good job getting around whoever the boundary corner is over on this side. Looks like DJ Turner, and coming up to make this tackle. Get in position, secure until your help arrives there, and make the play. Gain of 4 yards. It felt like more than that, but the play was so long that everyone was so spaced out. All right, Davis in the slot here. We got a bunch set this way. Another screen looking at, like, yeah, definitely a screen. Going to Dalton Kincaid. Davis trying to stay a little bit leveraged to the outside here as we've got inside help coming, right? And then the corner on this side is going to be the ultimate outside leverage. So we're trying to force it back in. Can we stay to the outside? Really can't get off there. He's got an arm. Can he get a wrap-up tackle? No, this is a solid gain. So this is probably Davis's first poor play, right? He didn't maintain outside leverage, couldn't get the arm tackle, couldn't disrupt that receiver enough. Okay, this game got a bit funny against the Dolphins for Davis. Let's see his role here and his targets, because the Dolphins didn't have really two good receivers. They had one and then some tight ends that they were using. So Davis, his responsibility had to be a little bit different. You see him showing blitz here and then backing out. Looks like he's going to the safety position. He is. If you didn't see, Geno Stone went down to this spot as we're blitzing the corner here, which means Jordan Battle went to this safety spot and Jalen Davis went to this safety spot. So we had a full rotation on this side. And as we get here to the top of our break, I'm assuming this guy's running an out route of some sort. Davis has outside leverage. Let's see if he can stay with it. Yes, jumped on it. Really took that away from the quarterback. Look at the quarterback there. He was eyeing it. It's not there. Davis jumps on that really well, staying with him. That ball's getting thrown up, and somehow it's caught. Like, this is a play. Like, I don't know how. Most quarterbacks don't even attempt this. Jalen Davis is on his man. Darren Waller. But it's a really good throw. He's trying to make a play on it. Davis is, but sometimes you're unlucky. That was really good coverage from Jalen Davis. You know, a play we may not get in this package is the one where he got absolutely run over by Zay Flowers on that touchdown. Because he didn't make a tackle, didn't make a stop, and wasn't targeted on that play. All right, Davis in the slot here against Waddle. Again, like we saw with the Bills game, when you see this boundary receiver go inside and this guy's trying to break inside, you either get over the top and get ready for that that out route, or we're changing it into a wheel route. A wheel route is a out and out, basically. Like that. Davis, really good job. As Waddle looks back, Davis looks back, he rides him to the sideline, gets in position. I mean, this is an A+ play on the ball. You're riding him to the back or to the boundary. Your eyes are up looking at that ball. Pushing him to the outside. And when it comes, you turn, contort your body, catch it, both feet down, land out of bounds. A+ play by Jalen Davis against Jalen Waddle. The national media doesn't know who Jalen Davis is, right? So when you see these plays, they're like, yeah, but who is their slot guy? I mean, this guy played well last year. All right, we're in zone coverage here. Davis at the top of the screen in the slot, picking up the number 3 that's breaking in and then going to the out, carrying him. As the quarterback's eyeing it, you see that. So the quarterback's thinking, okay, I'm not getting this. It's got to be this option here then. We basically have a high-low read, and both DBs jump on the high, so let's go to the low. But quarterback's dealing with a little bit of pressure here. So let's see if he can get that ball out. It's a really good job by Quinn Ewers, to be honest. Like, look how he throws this off platform. It's a little sidearm sling between linemen, and Davis is here, coming to help make the tackle with all of his friends and teammates. That's a great job. Only gain of 5, especially when you're protecting from anything deep happening. Come up, make the tackle. A lot of defenses, that's what they're asking of their DBs. All right, Davis at the bottom of the screen this time. DJ Ivy is out here, by the way. Looks like Josh Newton. Oh, yeah, the Bengals were up big. That's right. So we got backups. We got Shaka Hayward in there. I'm seeing it now. Dejon Anthony at safety. Okay, Jalen Davis right here. He's really baiting. Like, just throw it to him. Throw it to him. Throw it to him. I would tell him he doesn't have to drift so far back because there's no one really attacking. Like, this guy should be coming across. This guy's going deep. But there's no one else here. He could probably come up and make this play. Let's see how fast he does get up on this guy. See, not fast enough. He left a little bit too much of a gap there. There was no one behind him to really threaten him that he had to play. But again, you got backups all around you. You guys aren't as crisp as you should be. Okay, Jalen Davis in the slot here. Blurry Bengals camera here. Inside receiver is going to try and run them off while this guy is going to come wrap underneath it. Jalen Davis is still here. So which one do you hit? And for the quarterback here, he could, if no one jumps on his underneath guy, hit that easily. If Davis stays with him, you've got this seam up the middle here. Bang, hit it, right? Brissett is going to hit the third guy in this, and Jalen Davis is going to come up to help make the tackle, trying to punch that thing out when he does, which I like to see. You get the quarterback going to the third read, that pass rush needs to be in the face of the quarterback by that time, right? Jalen Davis on the boundary, our first target here with him on the boundary. I can't see who's in the slot. We'll get a look at that when we get there. I see Ivy. I can't tell who that is. Braylon Lux. It's got to be Braylon Lux. We watched the tape on Braylon Lux. Okay. So Jalen Davis down at the bottom. Contact here. Maybe a little bit too much. And good breaking out of his route, Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson's turned into a good player. That's where I don't like Jalen Davis as much as on the boundary. I think a lot of there's a reason they put him in the slot, I think his whole career. I don't know if he has the change of direction skills. Oh, what a press. Jeez. Jalen Davis, watch this. Bang. Hit him in the face. Fair. You're right. And that's what allows him. So you're overextended here for Jalen. Watch him. Weight is completely forward, not just forward, but also this way. And we're breaking back in. So we got hands to the face. I love an aggressive press, but yeah, that's poor technique. Wide open for Michael Wilson, who makes a big gain out of it. Gain of 15. That's tough. You want to be aggressive. You want to set the tone. You want to be a physical corner in press situations. It all sounds good until you miss on it. All right. Slot here. We got a cover zero situation. Everyone's back here. Everyone's at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Davis is posted right here. First things first for me, when these guys both have vertical stems, my eyes would go inside as we got this guy dragging across. So let's see if Jalen sees that now. There it is, Jerry Jeudy. He's got to wait. So this is very similar to the play earlier where I'm like, he's got to get on this guy quicker, but he has to recognize because Dax has to play deep here, and this guy is going deep. Dax feels this behind him, which is incredible. And Jalen has to be aware that we got a guy dragging across here. So they always, every offensive route combo is like trying to high-low you. Take your pick. You want to stay with this guy? Fine. We'll dump it off underneath. And every defense will probably say, we'd rather you cover the deeper guys so we don't give up the explosive. Let them dump it off. And then everyone rally to that guy to make the tackle as minimal gain as possible. So Jalen held it just long enough. Now he's breaking on Jerry Jeudy here. Don't get shaken, right? As Judy's trying to make something happen. He gets 6 yards out of it and just come up and make the tackle. Ideally, you'd like him to stay to the outside a little bit more there and not get juked inside, but that's a fine play from Jalen Davis being in the slot. All right, here he is again in the slot here. Looks like Jeudy again. We're screaming out instead because we are backing off here, and he's coming to this area here in zone coverage. So if you're wondering what he's running at, that's what he's doing. And incidentally, had Jeudy probably running the out and up, but he was on Jeudy right there. Shador's kind of holding it for a second to see. And then there goes the up. And it's incomplete as we have. I mean, if we can, this is good rock, paper, scissors call by Al Golden that ultimately gets pressure into the face before you can actually beat this. Because if Shador had time, he could lay this in between there, right? He didn't have time as Cedric Johnson's in his face. So it's not so much what Jalen Davis did on that play, as more of it's a good call by Al Golden at that spot. All right, where's Jalen here? Slot, closest to us. 2 receivers. Now we've got a third target coming this way. Is this another screen pass like we saw versus the Bills? Nope, we got a little pump. And now these guys are releasing. So they meant it to look like a screen. That pump was not at the right time, I don't think. So Jalen Davis has to carry that guy a little bit. Like we've talked about, carry the deeper guy. Plant that foot, come down, make a tackle when they check it down. You just have to make a good tackle. It's a bad throw. You keep it. Again, what do we say? Just don't let them go to the outside. Force them back. Be on the outside to force them back into your targets like Barrett Carter and whoever that D lineman was. That Cam Sample. Did Cam Sample get picked up anywhere? Or is he still a free agent? Kind of tells you the state of the defense. Okay, we got Jalen Davis on the outside here. Like I said, I don't like him so much on the outside. We're showing cover 0. Let's watch the route combo again. I was watching the blitz. Okay, so he's just going. Just a deep ball. Bang. I mean, it's a good throw, in my opinion. The receiver doesn't get around and get on top of Davis fast enough. Like you see when he goes outside here, that's how you get even with him, right? So your route has to go like this at some point, but you need to get back on him, get over top of the corner, slow him down, or whatever you need to do to pace yourself with the ball to track the ball, and watch the receiver never really get back on top until right there. Way too late because now you're diving for the ball. So it's got to be faster. It's got to be quicker. Nothing really against Davis on this play. It's one of the reasons why I don't like him on the outside. I don't know if he has the top end speed for that spot. Now we'll switch to his defensive stops. We should get some run defense plays, which is very important for slot corner in that competition. You have to be able to defend the run. We've seen him make tackles already, but now we should get some run defense plays in here as he's competing for that slot job. And maybe you're looking for a new job. Head on over to firststarlogistics.com. They're hiring for all positions now. That's firststarlogistics.com. I've loved my time with them. Maybe you will as well. All right, Jalen Davis, number 35 on the right side here. Pats are under center. Davis is going with Matt Collins here, who they use as a blocker a lot. So he's just straight up shadowing him. Looks like man coverage. Shows Barrett Carter. I don't know what's going on there. They're trying to shake him. And when you get close to the snap, you just have to call it. And that's what the Patriots are trying to get them to do. Like when they're running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, Davis is going to follow him until it's like, all right, that's enough. We've had enough. And then he's going to drop down. Battle's like, I've got it. You stay in this position. You rotate more to the free safety spot to replace me. So basically, Davis turns into the strong safety. Geno Stone goes to the other safety spot, and you turn into the slot corner, right? Does that make sense? They all have to rotate on that because time's running out. You can't chase the guy forever, especially if he beat you by leverage there. So eyes back on Jalen Davis here as the play looks like a run blocking play. Everyone is stepping forward, appearing like they're run blocking. At this point, we know for sure it's a run play. Barrett Carter steps up into the hole in the A gap, and Jalen Davis steps up into the B gap here, drops his head, and makes a tackle in the hole for 2 yards, which is a negative play basically for the run game. Unless it's 3rd and 2, unless you need at least 3 or 4 yards in your run game. Okay, I don't see where Jalen Davis is here. Oh, he came on the blitz. That's why I should have had the other angle. But Jalen Davis on the blitz here, which is also key for your slot corner to be able to do as he gets the sack here on Drake May. So go ahead and dance a little bit there, Jalen Davis, with your sack of Drake May, who was a hard guy to bring down last year. He was very elusive in the pocket, created a lot of plays off of missed sacks here. This is going to be a defensive stop. Maybe I should have had the other angle again. Let me go back just a little bit so I can try and get an idea of where Jalen Davis was here. He was covering the slot. This is Jalen Davis here. So these aren't just run plays. These are all defensive stops as he heads in with Dax Hill to make this tackle. Like we talked about leverage before. Dax on the outside. This time Jalen Davis on the inside. You should be trying to split that guy. So here we go. Jalen Davis in the slot to the right here. He's over Isaiah Likely on the right side of our screen. We got to watch as we've got someone coming across, maybe Keaton Mitchell. And there they are. They're going to pitch it out to Keaton Mitchell. So let's watch Jalen get to the outside doing his job, right? Get to the outside as we've got a guy from the backside. We should be able to sandwich them. At least one guy on the backside, one guy on the front side, and Barrett Carter, who does have to deal with a lineman here. Let's see who gets to Keaton Mitchell. Jalen, really good leverage and positioning, staying to the outside there. Really good. Yeah, Osai as well. Really good job by Osai, tracking on the backside, not overrunning it. Good combination for those two right there. So really good play. Davis, of all things, if we were to say throughout these clips, understands his leverage and positioning within the defense, right? We've seen this one on the other side. He and Barrett Carter, again, understanding your leverage and positioning. Davis is already attacking to the outside because he knows he's got Barrett Carter coming from this side. If he doesn't do that, you could get shook real easy by Zay Flowers. And instead, he he forces that back inside where Barrett Carter comes, makes a nice solid hit. And I think it is Davis that rips it out because the ball was in that hand. So he gets credit for that. Some splash plays, right? He had the interception versus Jalen Waddle. He's ripping the ball out of Zay Flowers here. Like that's what we'd like to see. All right, right side for Davis, we have one receiver went behind or went deeper, and then Kincaid's 86, right? Yes. And then Davis has to come up. And again, where's your leverage, right? Where do we have to play? I'm going to be a broken record on this. Be to the outside so Barrett Carter can go to the inside. You have to work with these linebackers if you're a slot guy to make these tackles. They are your, what's the right word for that? I was going to say they're your friend, but they're the only way you really can do your job. The linebackers in that slot corner have to work together. I'm assuming Davis is on the left side here. Yeah, we've seen this play as well. So I'd like Davis to be outside a little bit more there because he has his inside help. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about it a bunch. Let Davis go to the outside and let your guys on the inside help make the play. Still, you stop him short of the first down. We move on to the next play. It's only a gain of 4, so it's not like ended up being a big play. All right, Davis in the slot to the right here. He's got 2 tight ends on this side. He looks like he's blitzing. He really wants to come forward. Hand it off to the fullback here. Davis does a good job. Watch him just confirming. He doesn't know if this guy's got it. He doesn't know if the quarterback's going to boot, so he just has to pause and wait a little bit. He uses his eyes to see that the up back has it as he starts to surf down the line, get in position. Now he can go attack and go finish this play with Myles Murphy. Loss of 1 yard. Big play for the defense. Right side here. I'm not sure who 81 is for the Dolphins. But this looks like a run play right away. The way the guy jumps inside and the way the lineman pulls. And you can see how quickly Davis reacts to it. He doesn't have outside this time. Barrett Carter has outside. And the boundary corner has even further outside. So Davis is the guy that has to go make this play from the backside as the unblocked. There's Dax Hill doing his job, being the outside guy, not allowing the receiver to get all the way to the outside. Or it's Devin Etienne. How are we saying his name? Jalen Davis with the tackle. So nice, solid tackle, understanding his position. It's not always the same. It's not always the same gap, right? And he's doing his job there. I believe this is right before half, if I remember this play. You were just going to get this out underneath. No, he doesn't. Oh, we saw this play on the other side. That's right. And Davis does a good job coming up, forcing that tackle to the inside. Those guys doing everything they're supposed to do. All right, on to the Browns game now. DJ Ivy in the game, all the way back at safety. Look at this, DJ Ivy at safety, huh? I wonder if he takes part in the safety drills. We got a screen pass. This is like a 3rd and a mile, right? Right before the halftime. And Davis just comes up and make a tackle. So we're going to keep it moving. Looking for more run defense plays here, more in the box stuff. Here he is, left side in the box. He's got Cedric Tillman's 19 in the slot. Davis is looking inside, though. He's getting inside leverage. Looks like he's leaning more and more and more. He's blitzing. There he goes, through the gap. Look at that. That's some Mike Hilton stuff right there. Yes. Get in there. Wrap up. Make the tackle around the ankles. That is what it looks like, Jalen Davis. So he may not be the biggest. He may not be the fastest and quickest player, but he definitely understands his role in the defense, his leverage. He's a good tackler. He can blitz. That's a valuable quality, and it's why he's the favorite to beat out guys that were drafted higher, like Jasir Taylor, or someone who I think is more athletic and speedier in Braylon Lux. And Lux may be a better run defender than Taylor, but is he as good as Jalen Davis? It is important that this team can win on 1st and 2nd downs, especially 1st downs. Get this pass rush into more advantageous. They didn't have a lot of them last year. Obvious passing situations. And if you can get the pass rush in those situations, your coverage can do its job. Your pass rush can win at a higher frequency. But you have to win on early downs. And a lot of that is run defense and playing within the defense and not having these mistakes on early downs. That's where Jalen Davis has that upper hand. He has the experience. He's been in this defense. He was with the team when Al Golden was linebackers coach, right? And 3rd down package guy. And so this was probably not new to him when Al Golden came on the team last year, and Jalen Davis started working his way into a starting role. So still the favorite for that position. Is he good? I don't know that yet. Can he be good enough if he played like that the final 6 weeks for this defense to be championship caliber? I think so. I want to see him in man coverage more, chasing guys across the middle of the field the way offenses started to attack Mike Hilton and making him chase faster receivers. I want to see Jalen Davis in that position as well. But even then, Mike Hilton was good despite that one flaw. You just have to protect that flaw. You can't protect 20 flaws. Can you protect 8 flaws on your defense? Sure, you can do that if you're a good defensive coordinator. So a lot of this is dependent on, is Al Golden really good? If he is, sure, I think Jalen Davis can be that guy. The next episode of Bengals on the Brain, presented by First Star Logistics, will be on Barrett Carter. We need that second-year linebacker to take that step, because at this point, with training camp around the corner, I don't think they're going to sign a linebacker. And if they do, maybe they do. Maybe I'm wrong. And then we can reevaluate. But until then, we need Barrett Carter to step up. And until next time, Hoo day.